So also there is this, I see this most of the time, in offices, people have this thing about, oh my God, this person is too aggressive, this person is coming on too strong, this person is too pushy, this person is too brash, this person is too this, too that. But the point is, everybody has different personalities and stuff. And as a creative person or as a to-do person, your job is to basically act. I mean, if you don't act, you're not going to get results. And sometimes the responsibility of the person within a team or himself or herself is to push people or drive people forward. If you have no one doing that to you and to yourself, then you're not going to wake up and you're not going to look forward to what you have to do the next day at work or whatever. People look at self motivated or self inspired or driven people in a negative fashion because they have a very narrow version or a definition of how people should be. And this is something which I'm adding now to the book, is that when you kind of look at highly creative entrepreneurs, they are actually rule breakers who don't conform to the norms and traditions of the industry. They refuse to be bogged down by industrial bureaucratic structures or business processes. They're not rebels, they are not arrogant, they are not rude, but they're constantly pushing their own boundaries, and they are kind of always generating new ideas and forming new relationships and entering new communities and forging new collaborations and stuff. Everything is not about work. As a creative person, you may have a tendency to kind of make friends all across the world. I mean, say for example, you don't go with the objective of networking in a church or in a temple. You just go there and you pray and you strike a conversation and you end up making new friends. So obviously, you're not gone with the intention of kind of doing business development or associations there. And what is important is also to kind of understand that you have to be implementing ideas that require working with a team. You got to be your own best friend firstly and have faith and belief in yourself. And of course, there are challenges thrown at everybody, there's stuff happening to everybody. People get bogged down, people get disappointed, some people are unhappy with the budget, some people are unhappy with the traffic, some people are unhappy with their work situation, some people are unhappy with their personal relationships and stuff. But what is really very important is to kind of focus on what feels great and what feels good, and not linking everything and all your associations to monies and business is also a great idea. Because if you cannot let your guard down and have a normal conversation with someone like a childhood friend or a school friend or a college friend or a neighborhood, then I mean, you're just holding a rank or a position. And I shared this before, the day your rank goes, the day your position knows, are you saying that people are going to forget you and you're known only for that? So do something for the world, do something for the community, get creative, be a thinker, communicate your ideas and strategies, share them. It's a beautiful world. It doesn't have to be necessarily online, it can be offline. If you don't know what to do, how to do, kind of take a look at I'm still highlighting the top 10 or the top 50 doers of the country and of your industry and stuff, and get rolling. So this is a tip I wanted to share and stuff. And creative thinker in actions include so many people who are founders and CEOs. And the point is that they believe in the information they have, they believe in the creativity and the knowledge they have, and they are constantly kind of upgrading and getting into a more communicative or a betterment and improvising mode. Of course, you're learning every day, you learn every day. I mean, I learn every day. I've just picked up this book and I've read about this new CEO I had no idea about. So when you pick a book, you're obviously kind of improving your education and learning. And education never fails anybody. Most of the ideas or solutions to the world problems and relationship problems or whatever, or to the world issues, come through intellect and knowledge and stuff. So avoid looking down on people who are educated, who are educating themselves and stuff, because you know they may kind of have spent a lot of time behind the scene offline to kind of learn and kind of improvise, which many people have to do. And as creative thinkers, you necessarily don't need business environments, but you need a good environment for sure, which kind of makes you look forward to what you're doing. And the day you feel a little closed or blocked, you kind of go into a new place and kick ass. I'll give an example. I mean, if I kind of feel a little overdone with the stuff that I've done, then I kind of go to a mall, or I just kind of walk into a studio, or I probably walk in nature, or I probably go to a retail shop and I just kind of get enthused, or just pick up the phone and have a chat with like-minded people, and we kind of rub off the energy on each other in a positive fashion, and we are good to go. Okay, so it's a good idea to put an end to professional relationships which are not giving you joy and happiness and stuff. And it's a good idea to kind of spend time alone as a thinker, to really think about what is it that you want, and what is it that you can do to better your own emotional and mental life as well. Because creativity also means, as a creative person, you have good relationships happening, and anything that's sucking your energy, anything that is not making you feel good or great, or anything which is not giving you that confidence or strength, is not worth the idea and the time. So have the balls, have the courage to say no and walk away. I repeat this because I see so many people coming in saying after 10 years they have the same situation, either in their personal relationships or in their work relationships and stuff. And sometimes I just stand here and I question the point that, if you've been sharing this for 10 years, do you really think you found a solution to this? And the point is this, that you don't realize it, but it's not coming across as you found a solution to those persistent issues. And yes, there are certain relationships we can't do away with, there are certain associations we can't do away with. But the point is, when you can't do away with those associations or relationships at work or at home or whatever, a good idea is to kind of get professional help and to kind of seek the solution within yourself first, rather than talking about those people with the virulent stuff, which I don't realize why people do. Because consistently 10 years of any talk about a relationship is actually a mess which is not finding a solution. So as a creative thinker, if you worked, find a fresh action plan, kind of talk to people. And looking at people who got the same issues and challenges is not finding a solution. The solution is, when you found a solution, it means that the situation has changed, and the same stuff which was happening maybe 10 years back, or maybe till about 2 years back, which was bothering you, has found has completely turned around and shifted and stuff. So this is what I would like to end the thought share on, that you have to kind of be independent spirits, and you have to kind of strike this balance of creativity and focus and strategy, finding that balance when you're going to be doing your own thing. You have to have a balance of being stubborn and flexible, and you have to have a head over your shoulders which is stable enough to understand that the online world obviously has a lot of glitches to it. And the positive side of it is, it kind of gives you information on what the world is doing and everybody is doing. You can apply that rational logic to your life, but do not get lost in the social media world and stuff. Find ways to kind of be in the real world, which is by reading magazines, books, holding conversations, and kind of meditating and praying and stuff. And of course, writing helps you a lot to disconnect and stuff, and exercising. Okay, hope this helps. I'm Jashin Kapani. Thanks for your messages and likes, and some very interesting videos are being sent to me around movies and creativity and stuff. Thank you so much. And I do not engage and I do not talk much on WhatsApp, and I love to pick up the phone. So as we used to be, before WhatsApp, if you know me well and stuff, you can always pick up the phone and have a conversation, and you can write a mail to me as well. So take care, love and luck, and have a blast. And I'm Jashin Kapani on jkapani@gmail.com and jashinkapani.im@gmail.com. My email addresses are both working, and like I said, if I'm not responding to your WhatsApp message, obviously I'm not interested in being in touch. So you can take it as a no. And if you know me well and we are associates and we are family, friends, or whatever, and we've met up and you shared a number, you can always pick up the phone and make a call to me during office hours or whatever. And I do not entertain calls after 8 o'clock. Okay. So love and luck, and have fun, and have a great day. Be innovative, be flexible. Push your boundaries of thinking and stuff, and watch stuff which kind of gives you more fast forward motion than the conservative and stuck up. All right. So love and luck. Take care. Have fun. Bye bye.